moving, discovering, producing, increasing, gaining, competing, exciting. That's mining as we approach the 21st century. Here at Cypress Baghdad, we move at a brisk pace as we compete with other mining operations worldwide. Mines that may have higher grade ore bodies than we do, lower labor costs, operations subsidized by the state, workers accustomed to a lower living standard, and far fewer costly and overlapping government regulations. So we're learning how to do more with less, maintain a solid safety record, increase quality, improve productivity, and deliver quality copper products to customers where and when they need it. We're today's copper miners.
Well, I think that when you talk about being competitive as far as being a mining company in the U.S. today, it means you got to produce a quality product at the lowest possible cost.
I believe it's important to read the writing on the wall. If change requires updating your equipment, your computers, your machinery, then you ought to do it because it'll be a return on your investment.
That's how we make our profit, is by cutting costs.
To make money, you have to spend money. And in this day and age, I believe the investment will pay off in the future, not only for the company, but for us, the employees, because it guarantees us a job in the open market.
You have to be more competitive as far as producing copper cheaper so you can still sell it and make a profit.
Mining companies need to be on the edge of the technology all the time. And when you got larger trucks and bigger shovels, you can actually haul more with less.
We have to compete to stay alive.
Of course, mining and miners used to be different. On New Year's Day, 1882, when two prospectors searching for gold along nearby Copper Creek staked claims, mining was men and mules and muscle. Maybe they named one of the claims Baghdad because it sounded exotic, and they dreamed of Persia and gold. But the assay reports indicated copper and silver, and very little gold. So for another 45 years, the Baghdad area saw more claims staked and exploration activities by a variety of operators and companies. And in 1927, Baghdad Copper Corporation, the forerunner of today's Cypress Baghdad, was formed. For years, Baghdad was a typical Western mining camp. Mining was done underground. The operation grew in fits and starts and eventually became profitable in 1940. In the late 70s, a $240 million expansion brought Baghdad to the forefront as one of the world's major copper producers. Today, as part of Cypress AMAX and Cypress Climax Metals Company, Cypress Baghdad is reinventing its operations so it can run with the best. This is a world-class mining operation with the latest technology, one of the longest-term ore deposits in the United States, and a proud and experienced workforce determined to run with the best in the global marketplace. Here's what they do. After drilling and loading an explosive shot, the solid thump of detonation marks the beginning of the mining sequence. Overburden and waste rock are trucked to dump sites so ore trucks can be loaded. About a ton of waste material is moved for each ton of ore. A massive 50 cubic yard shovel can fill giant 240-ton haul trucks in just 3 passes. Loaded trucks move from the shovels to the primary crusher over roads kept moist to control dust. A computerized dispatch system makes sure that optimum use is made of trucks that represent an investment of more than $1.6 million each At the crusher, loads of rock are made smaller in size by machinery, similar to a giant mortar and pestle. The crusher can be loaded from one side by trucks, while a front-end loader transfers rock from a stockpile on the other side. Each crusher load is sprayed with water for dust control. Crushed to approximately football size, ore travels more than a mile over a conveyor that rises over 1,000 feet to a stockpile located near the mill and concentrator. Inside the mill, primary ore grinding lines each process about 650 tons an hour in huge rotating mills. State-of-the-art distributive control equipment in the mill uses today's technology to optimize consumption of power and water as it maximizes production. After milling, the resulting slurry travels to flotation units, where copper concentrate and molybdenum are separated out. From its World War II capacity of 2,500 tons per day, Baghdad's milling operation has grown to produce 85,000 tons per day. Copper and molybdenum concentrates are shipped from Baghdad for delivery by truck or for further shipment by rail to processing and smelting locations or to the West Coast for export markets. But concentrate isn't the only copper product to come from Baghdad. Through the solvent extraction electrowinning, or SXEW process, 30 million pounds of copper cathode are produced each year. At leach pads in several locations at Cyprus, Baghdad, diluted acid sprayed over the ore leaches out copper that flows in solution to the SXEW plant. There, it is electrolytically extracted to become copper cathodes, each weighing about 130 pounds, which are shipped by truck and rail to rod plants, brass mills, and smelters throughout North America. Today's massive mining equipment requires careful maintenance to keep it operating around the clock. In the huge bays of the mine maintenance shop, multi-skilled employees provide planned maintenance and needed repairs to highly technical equipment. Haul trucks contain electronic memories that keep track of their operational history. Technicians routinely download operating data for analysis. Shovels and drills are maintained on site in the mine where they work. Highly skilled and versatile, Baghdad employees are trained on a variety of jobs for maximum flexibility. People are not locked in to narrowly defined job categories. They understand their jobs and the roles they play in the company's operations, and they know they'll be held accountable for the amount and quality of their work. They accept a high degree of responsibility for their jobs, and they're proud of it.
I do a little bit of everything here in dispatch for a while. I'm an equipment trainer on the crew here. I get to do all kinds of things, run the shovels, equipment, haul the equipment around, and I enjoy it. I really do.
As a team, I feel if we all can work together in the problems and the things that come about, if we can solve them all together, it's better to work as a team than to try and not better the property and the people around here.
I think now we need to learn to all pull together and work as a team, each department, all of us, because we have to in order to produce copper at a price that we need to make it competitive.
We need teamwork to make all this work. We work as a team, things will get done better and faster. Everybody has ideas, not just one person, not just two, everybody. And that's what makes it all work.
Most Cyprus Baghdad employees live in one of more than 600 company-owned houses in the nearby town of about 2,000 people. The town includes stores, restaurants, churches, service organizations, medical facilities and professionals, a volunteer fire department, and a K-12 school system. Baghdad people love this part of Arizona.
We like the cohesiveness of the Baghdad community. as well as the job opportunities.
I like the way the people interact in Baghdad, the family type atmosphere that we work under and live in.
You've got the mountains close by, also you've got the deserts close by, so you've got good variations of elevations you can go to. You've got Burrow Creek, Boulder Creek, Francis Creek, lots of deer hunting here.
And the community is a safe place for children.
The town pulls together in times when we need each other.
I love it here.
Cypress Baghdad employees know that competing effectively in a global copper market depends upon high productivity, low cost, and quality products. They are actively involved in a high participation safety program, which achieves safety goals at all levels of the workforce through a team approach. And they know about the need to continually re-engineer their jobs.
Re-engineering is the application of practical business sense to all of our work. All of us approach any task with a lot of baggage that includes methods and techniques that we've either learned from others or have developed ourselves to accomplish the task at hand. In short, now we have blinders on our minds. What I'm telling you is that we must take off our blinders and ask ourselves some basic questions. And there are several questions. First, why are we doing this job at all? Why are we doing the tasks that we do? If we can eliminate it, that would be the best move that could be made. Let's ask why we do it the way we do it. Because we may come up with a much, much better solution to the problem. And indeed, that is the third question. How can we do it better? With the blinders off, we can honestly and objectively analyze the whys of a task, and then we can develop a new hows to do it better.
Facing an increasingly competitive future, Cypress Baghdad will continue to empower people, assigning responsibility to each employee for getting the job done. Members of the Cypress Baghdad team will keep searching for better ways to produce the metal that's basic to today's lifestyles. Copper is at the heart of our communications networks. Copper circuits drive the appliances that make our lives more convenient. Copper in motors runs the cooling equipment that makes life in Arizona more comfortable. Copper in vehicles gives us mobility. Copper takes our dreams to new heights. Copper lifts our dreams into the future. Copper, it's why we're here. From Cypress Baghdad, quality copper to meet tomorrow's needs.